was young and not a cynic, I felt a gravity beyond the city limits out in the violent heart. Couldn't start to explain it. But all my lovers turned to friends, and I'm in London singing if it be a real again. When the time came for speaking my mind, I was done. The garden's overgrown. Is the fact of the matter, and now it's just a field behind my house, where the creepers can't swallow the line, where you wait for a talking snake or a calendar day, something you can rely on. You can steady the scale with my heart in a painful road. I miss my childhood house where my heart slowed down. I could take control of myself there. Since our childhood homes are apartments, though I've been finding I don't feel it the same way now. The garden's overgrown. Is the fact of the matter, and now it's just a field behind the house, where the creepers can't swallow the line, where you wait for a talking snake or a calendar day, something you can rely on. You can steady the scale with my heart in a painful road. You can steady the scale with my heart in a painful road. Steady the scale with my heart in a painful road.
New Ceremony came together. It was one of the tracks off of Shallow Bed off the first album. It was one of the latter ones that we recorded or wrote in the process of recording that album. You went off and kind of had a little journey to write that song.
Yeah, on the first record, a lot of the songs are they're less kind of, none of them are really transcriptions of kind of true events. They're all just inspired by true events, but kind of these narratives that are less. They're not like verbatim kind of how I was feeling or stuff that happened to me. They're more just little self-contained stories that try and sort of illustrate something I wanted to express. But that song of that record, that's the only one really that's very much like I'd just been through a very brief and weird relationship, and then afterward went off to our old violinist Will. His parents had this remote, like thatch-roofed cottage in Wales, in West Wales.
Middle of nowhere kind of vibe.
Went down there on my own. You had to get a train and then another train, and then kind of the last stop is like a request stop. The train only stops there if you go and tell the driver to stop there. Miles out in the middle of nowhere, and then went and just holed myself up in this cottage for 5 days and walked a lot and just kind of...
It's a very picturesque part of the world, of coastlines and on the
I came
ocean.
back with New Ceremony, which was the only productive thing to come out of that time.
Came back, he said he was going to go down and write like 10 songs in a week, and came back with one, but we were all pretty excited when he came back and showed us that guitar, so stuck with us ever since.
Boston, how you doing? It's great to be back. We're called Dry the River, we're from London. Over the pond there. I didn't hear what you just said.
He said, how was Plymouth Rock?
Oh, it rocked. Totally rocked.
That was awful.
By your bedside and couldn't close my eyes all night. I named you like a prayer. It's anybody's guess how the angel of doubt came down and crept into your bed. stop love, but I don't know how. Now the stairs, forget your shoes, and the gate don't creak for want of you. But the jury's out on me. We're wise beyond our years, but we're good at bad ideas, my love, or so it seems to be. Shine a little light, don't wrestle with the night, don't think about the future. No, it's gotta stop, love, but it don't know how. My little one, my cattle drum, my Babel tongue, my common dawn, my prison kiss, my dying wind. But it up and abandoned us when we were sleeping in our beds. Shine a little light, don't wrestle with the night, don't think about the future. No, it's gotta stop, love, but it don't know how, yeah. My little one, my cattle drum, my Babel tongue, my common dawn, my prison kiss, my dying wind. But it up and abandoned us when we were sleeping in our beds. It's anybody's guess how the angel of dawn lay down, sand beneath our house. I know it's gotta stop, love, but I don't know how. I know it's gotta stop, love, but I don't know how.
Alarms in the Heart is the title track of the new album. It's actually one of the last songs we wrote in the recording process, and we were in Iceland at the time, I think, and Peter kind of came up with this new chord pattern, chord progression and stuff, and it didn't have a title for a long time, and it was kind of the slightly more upbeat one and kind of a fun one for us to play, and somehow the title Alarms in the Heart came about as an album title, and then we thought, oh, that's actually perfect for that song too, so it kind of went hand in hand, and Peter kind of worded the lyrics around that a little bit. Yeah, it's just a fun song to play. It's kind of, I feel like it stands apart a little bit from the rest of the record, which is why we put it at the start, and then the rest of the record kind of goes off on this tangent. But yeah, it's kind of very different from a lot of the material that we've written before.
Our dialogue ended before I intended. I had to let go. And I hope you're well. See you around the neighborhood. It's just so hard to know. Such over-exacting and delicate acting, I never know why. peace of mind. Maybe all that I need is that you'd be straight with me tonight. Half the town are underground and half are halfway there, and we're the only good ones left. If there's a tremor in the earth, a ripple in the water, come back to haunt you, keep you awake. Heard it before now, that we don't listen very much to alarms in the heart glow. The spiritual fabric is sex and it's magic, it's carnival hell. And I tell myself it's the end of the world, and it makes no difference to me now. Yeah. Half the town are underground and half are halfway there, and we're the only good ones left. Always I'll be down and out, and you'll be in the clear. It's just the way it is, I guess. If there's a tremor in the earth now, something in the water, come back to haunt you, and you lie awake. I heard it before now, but we don't listen very much to alarms in the heart, love. There's a tremor in the earth now, a ripple in the water, come back to haunt you, keeping you awake. Heard it before now, that we don't listen very much to alarms in the heart now. Okay.
Dry the River, we just we magicked it out of thin
Yeah,
air.
just kind of plucked it. It seemed kind of fitting to what we were doing when we first started the band. We had these kind of 3 or 4 songs in the studio that we were working on, and it just seemed to kind of fit. It wasn't really, we didn't really know what it meant back then, and then, yeah, we've kind of developed a meaning to it over the years, haven't we, I think, as we've toured it.
We discovered in the Midwest it means to go out and drink heavily.
Empty the bottle of whiskey or
If you
something.
say I'm going to go out and dry the river, which in some ways resonated with us. And
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
we
quite a
heard
cool
that
one.
from somebody. Maybe it's a really local thing somewhere. And yeah, and it's just kind of, it's become
kind of
just
ambiguous in
synonymous
a
with the
way.
way that we.
Like, I kind of feel like people can take their own meaning to it as well. Like, try and,
Yeah.
I want Dry the River as like a collection of songs to have its own meaning, you know.
It doesn't immediately like indicate any genre or anything, which is cool. So.
Okay, this is a real old one. It was the secret track of our first record, so maybe some of you didn't know it existed, but if you did, thanks for listening to the end of that record. It's called Family.
So much for reason when cold and unfeeling it brings every trial to your door. When worries are swarming like bats in the morning, or shadows of moths on the wall. Shadows of moths on the wall. rest. The flock before dogs taking shape. In henna and feathers it sweeps through the desert when something you love is at stake. Something you love is at stake.
I like to think that people still do listen to it. I know obviously with Spotify and YouTube and all this, people can just go and play their favourite track over and over again, but I like to think that people do sit down and listen to the album from start to finish, because that's how we intended it, you know, and it's quite a special thing for us to think that people play it that way.
Cutting up the bodies in the med school basement, and I am only watching on an academic placement. I regulate my breathing, but I can't escape the feeling that I should not be watching today. Earlier in the stairwell, I couldn't hear you speaking, so I wander in the hallway with debates on repeat. And if I knew for certain that I'd keep my cool in person, then I would not be watching today. Help me, whisper it for me. Now that the time's come, I'm losing my nerve, love, under your spell. I ain't got no reason to hang around the line. 'cause I sure as hell ain't reading. Would you mind sit beside me when the streets are wet with darkness? We might walk to your apartment, that I would only watch you change. Help me, whisper it for me. I'm losing my nerve, love, the power of speech. Maybe you're gonna take me from the back of the classroom, from all of the geeks, and tell me your secrets. Teach me to speak, break off your spell. Break off your spell. And now that it's over, I promise you I'll go. Wandering down in the night, I never come home, yeah. And now this is over, I promise you I'll leave. Wandering down in the night, leading you to me. Maybe you're gonna take me from the back of the classroom, from all of the geeks. Tell me your secrets, teach me to speak, break off your spell. Break off your spell.
Gethsemane was the first song I wrote for this new record. It was written on New Year's Day 2013. We'd been under quite a lot of pressure to deliver new music to the label, and we'd been touring so long that we hadn't really had a chance to. I hadn't had a chance to really sit down and even think about what the new record should sound like. And that year, because we'd been away so much, I went back home to my family home in Newbury, kind of 50 miles west of London, and just hung out with my mother and my sister. And I didn't even go out. We sat and watched. We watched the New Year show that we have, the Jules Holland show on TV. And then I went to bed pretty early, maybe like 12:30 or something. And about 5 in the morning, I woke up and had some weird fragments of that song in my head, and went down to the garage and sat there with my acoustic and wrote most of that song in one sitting, which never really tends to happen to us. So yeah, that was a kind of a milestone in that it felt like I'd begun the second record. So
Thank you very much. We're playing quite a lot of new ones right now. We're practicing them all. We'll get to some old ones later. This is the first one we released off our new record. It's called Gethsemane.
It started with the moon that turned an inexpensive room into St. Peter's. There's a parabolic story, but it's boring, and it ends how you'd expect. Forever dressing down, I'm like a stranger hanging around outside the Kingdom Hall. I'd have carried your wedding shawl. You could have said I was a school friend. And you drag your holy horse cart in the sky. When I wake up, they say it's just the sun, but I know that baby. You could walk to our memorial, but it's pouring, and it ends how you'd expect. I take your dresses out and hang them round about the house and turn the lights down low. Now you're everywhere I go, looking faintly disappointed. And you drag your holy horse cart in the sky. When I wake up, they say it's just the sun, but I know that fate. But the devil's tricks just seem to sit so light on you. They never get the marionette this tight on you. In the parliamentary houses, there'll be talk of what this is, with inexpert witnesses and evidence against us. But I'll take my pound of substance from those insubstantial men, whatever their arguments, I'll prove your innocence. Drag your holy horse cart in the sky when I wake up, oh yeah. Testify allegiance with more puncture wounds than Jesus, oh yeah. Every statue's weeping honey, and it makes my sight go funny, 'cause I'm over-sympathetic and I can't control myself. Leave that painful memory in the garden of Gethsemane, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've often been kind of asked to do these acoustic sessions, and there's these guys, Watch, Listen, Tell, who do these kind of in the field kind of recordings, and they wanted us to do a session. And we picked the song Bible Belt just because of its simplicity, and we knew it would lend itself quite well to doing with. Obviously in a park you have no electricity, so we just had one acoustic. I think we did it with one acoustic guitar.
Matt had a broken arm.
Yeah,
so
Matt
we
had a
did it.
broken arm in a sling, so he wasn't playing guitar that day. And we just sort of tried it. It was one of the first times we'd kind of done those kind of acoustic style, field recording style sessions. And we just kind of played it absolutely bare bones, just one guitar, and just put in the harmonies and stuff. And somehow, it went to YouTube and seemed to just kind of take off. We were lucky in that I think it ended up on the homepage of YouTube. Somehow it kind of got picked into the weekly picks for one day. And so we had this thing where the views started really building, and that was before we had even a label, I think, at that point. And we were very early on in terms of how many views we were getting. We'd kind of come online and you'd geek out and go and search yourself, and we just kept seeing the views for that one just growing and growing and growing. And it was kind of like the genesis for like the taking off of the band. I think it kind of all sort of happened at the same time. That song kind of went crazy, and obviously we'd be playing it every night, and people would come along sometimes, I think, expecting to hear the kind of really bare bones acoustic version of it, and we'd kind of play it a little bit more rocking when we play full band.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
He's drinking again. This might be the coldest winter since records began. You are alone, steady with wintry calm. Leading the children softly across the farm. Each morning you'd march your sisters like soldiers to school. 'Cause lo and behold, your father had drunk all the fuel. You were alone, steady with wintry calm. Somewhere inside the fire of your youth went on. But you swear blind, there is no weight in the water pail now. You say, my love, you take the car to your death. 'Cause there's no guiding light, our king aligned to Bethlehem. If it's dark outside, you light the fire yourself. And darling, when the ice caps melt, when the devil's in the Bible belt, don't cower in your bed. 'Cause I'll be on the 545. You can meet me at the railway line and don't look so scared. 'Cause we've been through worse than this before we could talk. Use a four-letter word. It's the simplest of rituals to observe. And you keep on driving until something breaks. Till I find you in the dark, hot and heavy in the floodlights of a park. You're a gold star falling from its natural plane. Hit him in the head with a rollerskate, put him in a dentist chair. And everybody's asking, do I care? It's hard to explain it, 'cause I do what you ask, but I can't get the past. This peace I desire, but I can't put the fire to light the darkness again. Is there something in your eye? It gets harder to ignore in the night. When the whole world's sleeping, we're out side by side. You were braver at the start, or if you want it, you can find it in a bar. When you keep on driving till the feeling dies. I hit him in the head with a rollerskate, put him in the dentist chair. And everybody's asking, do I care? It's hard to control it. Well, I do what you ask, but I can't view the past. This peace I desire, but I can't put the fire to light the darkness again. I could've won you more, could've won you more, could've won you more than this. I could've won you more, could've won you more, could've won you more than this. Could've won you more, I could've won you more, could've won you more than this. Could've won you more, I could've won you more, could've won you more than this. Could've won you more, I could've won you more, I could've won you more than this. Could've won you more, I could've won you more, I could've won you more than this. Could've won you more, I could've won you more, I could've won you more than this. Could've won you more, I could've won you more, I could've won you more than this. Could've won you more, I could've won you more, I could've won you more than this. Could've won you more, I could've won you more, I could've won you more than this. Could've won you more, I could've won you more, I could've won you more than this. I could've won you more, I could've won you more, I could've won you more than this.
It's weird actually, the harmonising just kind of came about. I'd never sung actually before I joined this band. I've been playing bass for coming on 20 years or something now, and I'd always just been the bass player in bands that I was in. Peter obviously kind of grew up singing in church and things like that, and so had the strong voice obviously in the band. And Matthew R, the guitarist, had sung a few times as a backing singer, so he kind of would arrange vocal harmonies for the two of them initially. And then one day we were in a studio somewhere, and they just said, Scott, why don't you try and put another, Matt kind of said to me, sing this, and I just kind of gave it a go and just kind of sung high, and they were like, oh, you've got a really strong falsetto. I didn't really even know what that meant at the time, but so they were just like, yeah, why don't you do that on pretty much all the choruses, and it freed Matt up to do something more interesting, kind of put a fifth in or a more interesting harmony that kind of moves around a bit, and suddenly people started to really respond to that, and it just sort of became a bit of a, I don't know, like a bit of a feature for Dry the River's sound, and we just went with it, and now we love it. I absolutely love getting to sing. Actually, I never got to do it before, and now it's my favourite part of the job.
So we thought we might play an older song now from our first album, Shallow Bed.
Those are all songs off our first record.
Keep guessing.
So far, none of them are this song.
took me to the lion's den.
Thank you so much. Did any of you guys see us before when we came to Boston? This room? Back in those glory days, this band had 4 capos. Now we share just one. That shows you the trajectory of Dry the River over the past 2 years. From 4 capos to 1.
I dreamt of a Russian doll bride who spun on the points of her feet like a child. But I had the terminal pride of an older man. There's a Passover cross on the post, but the angel descends in the shape of a crow and buries its beak in our unfused bones like it's okay. Like a moth goes sad and soft in the streetlight's umbilical glow. It was love that laid our others low. Dark, with apocryphal men and a cold weather mask. I guess she did best to depart in the dark night of her soul. By nature you're mild and you're meek, but they say that you're judged by the company you keep. Melody is spitting up, so when you speak like it's okay. Sad and soft in the streetlight's umbilical glow. Like a pilgrim father kneels in a land where his God doesn't hold. Like every seed in the sycamore tree will turn its back on its home. It was love that laid us low. It was love that laid us low.
Vessel, it took ages, actually. Having said that Gethsemane was the first song I wrote, it was the first complete song. Vessel, the first kind of kernel of it, had been kicking around for years and years. I'd come up with kind of the picking pattern and the bits of the vocals while we were on tour in the US, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And it didn't really turn into anything, and it was sitting around for ages. And then
we tried to work it up, didn't we, into
Yeah.
a song at one point before the recording process for this album started, and kind of came up with this really rocky, like crazy time signatures thing, and we all just kind of came away going, "Oh right, that doesn't sound like a Dry the River song at all."
Yeah.
And then somehow,
then we revisited it kind of later in the album process, and we managed to sculpt it into something that fit nicely on the record. And
it's become a bit of a favourite actually. A lot of people have been asking, are you going to play Vessel? And people have kind of been tweeting at me saying, "Oh, Vessel's my favourite one of the new album." So that's really cool to hear that sort of thing. And I think personally, for me, to sit down and actually listen to the album, it's always one of the ones that I kind of even step back even myself and go, "Wow, we really made something pretty cool with that song."
I know taught to sing like a priest or a prince. Maybe I'm to be king, and they're waiting in Westminster. And the walls are paper thin. Hear the neighbors arguing. Could you lower your voice? I would say, oh, my unborn daughter. Maybe. Your passion play didn't change our given names or waltz to our bed or need to make a scene. But I see your skin paler now than the host in your mouth, where the truth never seems to be. Speaks to me. It whispers like I don't wanna be a vessel anymore. I don't wanna be a vessel anymore. These are my rules, this is my house. I don't wanna be a vessel now. See the future, but I see its lonely architect at the door of my house. I don't wanna be a vessel anymore. I don't wanna be a vessel of you down. These are my rules, this is my house. I don't wanna be a vessel now. And I may not see the future, but I see its lonely architects at the foot of my bed. I don't wanna be a vessel anymore. I don't wanna be a vessel anyway. So the priceless blue diamond is cursed. We both go home. Maybe I stand in a minefield of words that I asked you first. Those early encounters with the handful eyes of kids, I remember what you did. Covered your arms in a curtain shawl, bloodied your palms on the elementary wall. If it seems too far, it is. I was out there in the cradle of thorns when your fears took form.
No Rest. What to say about No Rest?
Yeah, that one. I don't think either of us ever, any of us ever anticipated that No Rest. We always thought of it as a bit of a weird song. It has a strange structure. It's just kind of verse, bridge,
And
chorus,
ramps up
end.
towards an ending. Only does the chorus really once, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's no repeated sections in it. I've always thought it would be a slightly obscure song that just was kind of an album track, and somehow it caught people's imagination. We did a cool video for it. Our friend Corin, who's a director, made a really cool video for it, and it seemed to do really well on YouTube, and whatnot.
Things, yeah.
And then now it's become this. So another one that we kind of have to play every night, and that people sing back at us, and it's, you know, I think that one caught us by surprise. We always assumed it was this kind of weird sort of.
I thought it would be too weird for people
track.
to get into because of the sort of disjointed. It's not your typical song structure, and you often think, oh, people aren't going to understand that, or they're going to want the chorus to come in earlier and things like that. But it was in the days when we were just thinking, well, we just do whatever we want. The song just goes like this, right? You just put bits together, and that makes a song. But yeah, it's always been one of our favourite ones to play, and get to kind of rock out at the end and do a bit of shouting towards the end of the track.
It's the first one to get to 1 million hits on YouTube.
It did, yeah. It was our crowning million views on YouTube.
This is one hopefully you guys might know. I don't know. I don't like to presume. You know all of them? Okay, cool.
But then you came, a single sound with a strength and colors and algebra and symmetry. And none of this was lost on me, and I could see I was still like before.
Weights and Measures is one of the oldest Dry the River songs. It's our first record, and we still play it every night, and it's that's kind of quintessential Dry the River, I guess.
Yeah,
Three-part harmonies.
Dry the River as a sound, doesn't it?
Starts with this acoustic, sort of folky section and three-part harmonies and very kind of stripped back and quite kind of emotive lyrics, and it grows into this kind of melodramatic kind of thing. In my head, it sounds to me like the way I used to write songs when I was 15, or 16, which is when it was written, and just like 3 chords, like stick some harmonies here, like a big chorus, you know. It feels like that.
It's always a really fun one to play, isn't it? Sometimes we get the audience kind of singing along a little bit because the chorus is kind of slightly catchy and very simple lyrics, lyrically kind of lends itself to be kind of sung along. So I always love that. It's such a trip as well when you're playing a show and you see people singing the words back.
Especially that one, like when we've been playing in the US a lot, I think people somehow respond to that one. It has that slightly kind of Americana feel to it. Kind of all our songs, that one's almost kind of rootsy folk kind of song. So especially like in certain parts, certainly in like the Midwest the other day in Chicago and Minneapolis, like people seem to really get that song and really react to that one. Kind of all over the US, so it kind of takes on a different feel when we're over here, and I like that aspect of it too.
You've been incredible, as always, Boston. We've had an amazing, fun night, and we'll hopefully have many more to come when we come back and visit you guys again. We will be back. We will be back. We're going to play one final song. Thanks again so much for having us.
You've made your decision. Now get up and leave. The familiar sting of the woodcutter's swing to the tree. Don't fall in the forest to our bones and knees, and it won't make a sound since there's no one around here to see. I was prepared to love you and never expect anything of you. If the spirit is